Lucky Eagles, it's time to reflect. Today, we're going to see how using data can help us grow. As NYP learners, it is important that you are reflective. This means that you take time to think about what you learn and what you need to improve. Today, we will review your MAP-R scores to determine your areas of strength and identify what's needed to grow. Be sure to keep this information for your records. Before we begin, let me explain what MAP-R is. MAP stands for Measure of Academic Progress. The R, of course, stands for reading. Here at Key, this test is very important and plays several roles. This computer-based test creates personalized tests that adapts to each student's learning level, measures progress and growth for each individual, and gives important information about your understanding to help your teachers with instruction. So, each of you should have received a student goal setting worksheet. This sheet can be pretty confusing, so let's take a moment to review it. There are several very important numbers that you will be taking note of. The first is your overall RIT score. This is the total grade received each time you've taken a test. For some, there may be two, one for the fall and the other for the winter. The very next important number that you should be taking note of is your projected RIT score. This is the score that the system projects you will receive on the next test that will be taken this spring. If you want a challenge, try going above and beyond this score. Now that you've identified these important numbers, take a moment to plot them on your graph. In the previous example, the student earned a 225 on the fall exam. Since they were exempt from the winter section, that column has been left blank. The next and third column is the projected score. As you can see, there was a 227 projected, so they plotted it here. The final and probably most important column is the next level of proficiency. This is the column where it is determined what you need to take yourself from basic to proficient or proficient to advanced. As you can see, there are several different scores that go along with each grade level. One is for basic, one is for proficient, and the other is for advanced. If we look at the example that we had, that particular student who had a 225 will fall under proficient as a 7th grader. However, in order to go to the next level, she would need a 233 to place as advanced. So that would probably be her goal for the next test. After you plotted your scores on the graph, begin reflecting using the questions below the graph. Question 1. What is the next level of proficiency for you? This means what score would you need to go from basic to proficient or proficient to advanced? In the example that we saw, the student would need a 233 to go from proficient to advanced. This number, again, is really important because this would be a goal for her so she can place as advanced. Question 2. Based on the information on your chart, how much growth is needed in order to move to the next proficiency level? This is where you're going to use all that awesome math that you learned. Since she already had a 225, but she needs a 233, the number of points she's going to need to make that increase is 6. The third and final question is, what are some things you believe you can do in order to achieve this goal? This is an open-ended question that you really should ponder on. Some people might say things like, I can take my time and review my answers. This is a really good answer for anyone. You can use this and even add on. There's plenty of space for you to reflect. In addition to your overall score, the MAP system also gives us what we call a Lexile range. This is a number based on the Lexile framework scale that measures students' reading ability. The Lexile scale is kind of like a thermometer, except rather than measuring Temperature, the Lexile framework measures a text's complexity, meaning how hard it is, and a reader's skill level. Looking back at your student goal-setting worksheet, that number can be found below your overall RIT score. What you should do is look at that number and then look at this chart. This chart will help you determine where you fall according to your score. Like the MAP-R performance level, it is also broken up by grade level and proficiency. When you're done looking, check the box that pertains to you and continue reading to gain additional information and help. Overall, I hope you learn that being reflective can prove very helpful. And remember, this is important. You can do it. Your teachers believe in you, so believe in yourself. Excellence is not being the best, it's doing your best.